YouTube, another amp. This is a Fender Frontman 25B, being a 25 watt bass amp. And actually, it's way better than I thought it would be. It's like the difference between if you want to play bass in the house, that's what you need. It's like you can plug into like a guitar amp or something that doesn't sound as good. They just don't. Using a Westone Thunder because it was the first bass I saw. And to be honest, it would be a far more sensible size amp to have in here rather than the 150 watt Marshall, which I kind of bought by mistake, expecting it to be more that size. So it's pretty basic. It's got two inputs on it. They both seem to be exactly the same. Volume, low mid, and a 3-band EQ. Tape inputs, it pros up probably, like phono RCN, and a power amp in, and a headphone socket. Well, preamp out, power amp in. Okay, so it's got an effects loop on the front. I don't think I would really need an effects loop. I've yet to use one, but it's a great solid amp. I might be doing a wee I might do a wee pack with that and a bass, possibly that pink one. I really chose a bad bass with a crackly knob on it. It's not the amp, it's the bass that's doing that. All the knobs, okay. Now all the knobs are at 12 o'clock. Scoop the mids out a bit more. I can't do the poppy slappy stuff. You want that sound? Which I don't. I just want Sabbathy sounding. Actually, what is that? That pedal still talking. Okay, that's the Behringer Bass DI. I don't remember the pots in this being quite as noisy as this. It really puts it through the floor though. I mean, that's loud as hell. I don't know whether it's getting picked up or not by the mic. This mic's not particularly good at that. I'm going to set up later on to get I've got a desk and I've got mics. I should probably move on to the miking stuff up. It's kind of low to do it because I just feel there's an element of one of the reasons I started doing YouTube was because I was fed up with people who are demoing something and they've got about a million effects on and it's all processed and ran through Pro Tools and all that, and it's like I kind of like the idea of what does it actually sound like if you're standing there, which is what that mic's giving you really, although it might be farting a bit, which the bass amp isn't. So I mean, yes, it's totally fine. I think I would be quite happy playing that with what's a very expensive basses for the house amp, and it's a good size. It's not too big. That's too big, really. You know, that's a much more sensible thing, and it's got a bit of chunk to it. It's quite deep. I don't. I mean, why did I choose a bass with noisy pots? Idiot. Sure, that's making the mic overload. Love it. Don't not loving the crackly pots on this bass. Do my head in. Am I going to do the same as I did with the last one and hold it up to the camera so I get the so I get a nice thumbnail. I got a Marshall guitar amp at the same time. Why is it? As soon as I put something down, it's got things on top of it. Take the plug it, so I can actually lift it up, show you it. It's been connected in amongst lots of stuff. Yeah, so it's quite heavy. That's what I mean. It's been quite a chunky thing. Oh, yeah. So I mean, there's not much to it. Pretty basic as far as it goes. Having an effects looks a handy thing. Having a 3-band EQ and a volume control. Do you really want? What else do you need? The answer is not, and it's got the brand as well. Serial number M99. 1999, made in Mexico. There you go. So it's like the machete of bass amps. But Scott reckoned you could gig with this. He said he's seen folk gig with amps like this. If you mic it up and you basically just use it on stage for a monitor, I think you'd probably get away with it. I think 25 watts it's not really that much for a bass amp. Really, you know, it's like generally you'd think at 150 is kind of the basic you would want for a. But I mean, for how loud it is and how good it sounds, to be honest, it kind of sounds better than that one, which is more annoying than anything else. I mean, I'm obviously considering selling that one and keeping this one, but the thing with that one is I put the band's logo in the front of it, so I've kind of got to keep it. Also, I like the control layout on that because it's the same as my Big Marshall. It's basically just a cheaper version of my Big Marshall. So, I mean, yes, you can't go far wrong with a Fender Frontman 25B. It's a good bass amp. It's a good sound. It's possibly I dare say you don't really want to go any smaller, because then, you know, just by having the full size speaker and stuff in it just gives it so much more oomph to it. And I mean, it's super definitely loud enough for the house no matter what you're doing. Really, whether it would keep up with a drum kit, you might need help. You know, maybe if actually instead of you could run the effects loop out into like the PA, or as I said, DI it or stick a mic on it, and I'm sure it would be fine for rehearsals and possibly gigs. I mean, if you're talking about, say it's an acoustic band. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, there's a couple of acoustics and you're playing the bass. This is all you need. You don't need any more of this. It's well competing with, no matter how much you amplify your acoustics. This is loud enough. I think more importantly is the fact that the sound is just good. It actually reminds me very much in Scott's house. I did a video which I'm editing just now, which should be up. Just Blacktooth Fox. Say hello to him if you. And he's got a wee Ampeg, probably a similar sort of thing. I think it's an 8-inch speaker. Is that a 108 or something like that? I think it's maybe 20 watt as well. And it's a very similar sounding thing. It's just like, it just sounds good. It's got tons of balls and it's nice and clean, and really it's all you really want until you're like me and you want to be, you know, I'm playing in a Black Sabbath band, I need an amp this big, you know what I mean? It's not this big, it's only floor size, but recommended. Also coming up for sale at some point, or as I said, I might put it in a wee bit of a pack, not really sure. Rock on.